Hello and welcome back to a brand new video of Boxer X. Today we're checking out a new one from Popcross Studios about turning Marvel heroes into fantasy armors. Let's hop in and see who else other than Daredevil here is getting a new suit.
All the big announcements that came out of San Diego Comic-Con last weekend really reignited my Marvel hype that admittedly had been dying down a little bit in the last few months. But the
Marvel
biggest thing
hype
for
is
me was getting to
fluctuant.
see a glimpse of Daredevil in his classic yellow suit in the new She-Hulk trailer, and that
Nice.
really made me want to do a Daredevil fantasy armor and, hence this episode happening.
Yeah, that's
As I
right,
do
Daredevil's
sometimes, the
suit
lore
was
in this
originally
episode
yellow,
is going to be
not
narrated
red.
by 3 of my own original characters. And for anyone who follows the lore of this channel, canonically, this episode actually takes place after the episode that is coming out on Monday, entitled Gopher with a Ray Gun. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just don't worry about it. It's exactly as ridiculous as it sounds. But ignoring that, let's get into Marvel Fantasy Armors, shall we?
Oh yeah, by the time y'all are watching this, it
Hit
should
like
be Monday.
if you want. Subscribe if you feel like. But either way, enjoy the show.
Let's go.
Oh, wow. That whole Gopher situation was pretty wild, eh, silly? It's a shame that Champagne died on us, huh? Rest in peace, bud.
What the flip is you talking about?
Wait.
I'm right here, you clown.
I know, I just wanted to give folks a little scare, you know? But seriously, how you
Jeez,
feeling,
man.
Basilia? You know, after losing your leg and all. I did not lose any appendages. What is this you're doing,
What the
Benjamin?
hell,
Who
man?
are you trying to give scare to? Just the folks at home. Don't worry about it. Anyway, you gonna tell us about some Yamas
This
or
guy
what?
really does
We're
not need to
gonna
be.
do a blatant intervention
I don't
on
mean
you
the
someday
Chris, I
for
mean the other guy.
weird stuff you say,
Voicing
Benny.
is voicing. I keep forgetting his
Speaking
name.
of Benjamin's strange
Benny
speech
Shaw?
patterns,
Yeah, I
you
think
have
it's Benny.
actually just reminded me. I have client who says similar things to what you do, Benjamin. Mid-conversation sometimes, she will turn away from me and say something to no one in particular, as though there is someone else present.
Maybe she
Huh?
got an invisible friend or something. How do you
Oh.
know there ain't nobody else present?
True.
This is fair point that you make.
Is it? Is it really, though?
You know,
think
is
there's
Benny
just
just the
some
Deadpool
invisible
of the
person
group?
following her around all the time?
Likely not, but is certainly possible. Would not be most unusual thing about Miss Jennifer. You see, she was simple public defendant in Large Kingdom a ways away, but
Oh.
one day her land was attacked by an enraged gargantuan smasher dragon.
Ooh.
Ah, right, that's the one that's like the unbeatable Bulk from those Revenge Team movies, right?
Unbeatable.
Of course,
ball
there's a
revenge.
whole
Oh my
dragon.
god.
I'm not doing this bit again, alright? I've just accepted that the multiverse is just full of weird monsters and superheroes and mech armors that are all
The
rip-offs of
multiverse
pop
is
culture
very
characters
strange.
from my
You
universe.
never know what's going on.
This certainly seems to be the case. Anyhow, Miss Jennifer's cousin was only warrior in Kingdom who had slain a gargantuan smasher dragon. From this experience, he had gained incredible strength himself, as if you manage
that's
to
cool.
slay this specific breed of dragon and promptly afterwards ingest some of its blood, your body will become much more powerful. Jennifer's cousin set off to slay Beast again,
Oh,
but
like the-
did not fare so well this time.
Kinda
He
like how
had
in
injured his
mythology it
arm
says if
recently
you,
and this threw off his
bathe in the
combat
blood of a
capabilities.
dragon, you become
Jennifer
invincible.
had been watching from afar and
something
saw
like that,
her
I don't
cousin nearly killed by dragon. His axe had been tossed aside by dragon, but she ran into battle, grabbed axe and held it between her cousin and the approaching beast. Creature flew
Ooh.
straight into her with its mouth open, and axe went right down its throat, and it crashed to the ground, taking Jennifer into its mouth as it fell. Its
Damn.
teeth had torn parts of her skin apart, but she had slain the beast. So,
Ooh.
its blood mixed in with her blood, and she ended up getting the powers of the dragon as well.
Alright,
Yeah, that's pretty
really
cool.
neat.
So I'm guessing she got a lot taller and musclier and her skin turned green and that whole deal? Skin turned green? No, this is silly. Why would skin turn green?
Oh.
Yeah, that's the ridiculous part, Benny.
Okay.
Everything else she said is totally normal.
Armor I made for her did
Does
have
kinda
many
look like a
green
green
elements
as
though,
hell.
and she did dye her hair green to match it. You see, I had made armor for her cousin years ago that could withstand his enhanced strength, so naturally
Cool.
she came to me as well, after acquiring her abilities. So wait, did she stop being a public defendant? Was she some kind of knight now? I mean, I guess getting superpowers would make a lot of people rethink their career options.
If you got superpowers,
No,
you ain't
she
gonna do. You
continued
ain't
her
just gonna
career,
keep doing
but
what you're doing.
many people were coming to her and challenging her to battles because of her newfound strength and
There it
stature.
is.
Even if was somewhat of accident, slaying a gargantuan smasher is still highly coveted achievement. Few have done so, and fewer still
So
have
from being a
known
public
about the
defendant to
benefits of
having to
ingesting their
defend
blood
themselves in
afterwards.
public.
Does that work for everything?
Oh,
Maybe
that's
we
good
should have
fun.
killed that gopher and tried drinking its blood afterwards, huh? That's
Maybe not.
Real gross,
Maybe not.
Benny. And that friend of yours promised we'd never be seeing that gopher again after where she sent it, and I am perfectly okay with that. So can we just
I
stop
cannot wait
talking
to
about
find out
it?
the whole story behind
Yeah, we
this
probably
gopher
should.
with
We're
the
gonna end up
ray gun.
spoiling too much stuff for the folks at home who ain't got to see that episode yet. I believe you should meet Jennifer sometime, Benjamin. Perhaps she would understand the strange things you say, and vice versa.
I'm calling it now. Benny is all Deadpool. The guy's always talking to us. Like the viewers, the people watching this stuff. We hail Benny.
Coincidentally, I had
Daredevil.
actually made armor
Nice.
for an acquaintance of Jennifer's as well, prior to the one I made for her cousin even. This man was also public defendant who lost his vision at a young age.
Oh, right. Let me guess. He wanted a
Excuse me.
devil-looking armor. His dad died when he was young. He was a real religious guy. Fights against some big fat guy.
Big fat
Oh, I
guy.
see where you're going with this. This guy's like Scaredevil from the Marvel Comics.
Scale Devil?
Sure. Scaredevil from Marvel Comics. Just go on, Vasilia,
What,
would
is
ya?
it Marvel that
Many
he
elements
said?
of what you said
I
were
still go
correct,
with
yes.
Marvel.
Man's name was Bartholomew Murdoch, and he strongly believed
There
the
it is,
man who had
Murdoch.
caused the death of his father was same man who now led a coup against the Duke of his section of the kingdom, a place often referred to
Ooh.
by locals as Hillsborough, as was not the most
Neat.
pleasant part of the land. After the coup was successful, many people stood behind this new Duke, Fisker Wilhelm. Oh, Wilhelm, like the scream.
How did you
Like
do that?
the what?
I got what you did there, Benny, but go on, Vasilia.
Benny, how did you do that?
Alright,
Even I
well,
can't do that.
Bartholomew became concerned that the Duke was going to make a
Sounds
play
strange
for
that
the
I do
main
it.
throne next and become king. So he decided to take justice into his own hands. He had trained much of his life in combat despite his impairment, but now
Okay.
wanted to use his fighting ability to bring an end to Fisker's reign.
Okay.
Of
that's
course, that would
still
mean
very
he'd have to
righteous.
go up against many dangerous foes who worked for and protected the Duke. This was when he came to me for armor.
Okay, so did you make this
Neat.
guy a black suit, a yellow suit, or a red suit?
You
A
both
mix.
seem to know too much about these stories before I tell them. He came to me in a black suit that he had made
Oh,
himself,
okay.
and no
Classic.
offense to the gentleman, but it looked as though it had been made by a blind man. To be expected, I
was.
suppose. I first made him a
Slowly
yellow
blind, you
suit,
can't
as
see
you
anything,
stated,
miss.
resembling appearance of devil. He was quite strong, but agility was his greatest asset, so I made the suit lightweight and did not weigh down the joints.
Lot
Did you
of
give the
jumping,
helmet
lot of
eye holes
speed,
to
and a
fool
lot of
folks into
moving
thinking
around.
he wasn't a blind guy? No, this is logical question you ask, but I believed would make him more intimidating as warrior if his eyes were clearly covered and he could still best any foe he came across. Right.
Nice.
So did you
I
make
can
this guy's
actually
armor
respect
out of a dragon, like some kind of blind dragon or something? No, not in this case. I made this armor from simple metal. Could not use an abundance of materials as this warrior could not exactly afford very much. In fact,
What do you
could
mean?
essentially afford nothing. I partially made the suit for him
Not
out of
all.
goodwill and believing in his mission. He predominantly paid me in fish and agreeing to assist me if I ever needed a questing partner.
Okay.
I have not called
Well,
in this
I can
favor, as
respect that,
usually
so.
my brother Voslo is the only ally I need. Though
Voslo?
I also have made many new friends within the last year
Hmm.
who are just as capable combat-wise. Right, that makes sense. So you
Alright.
said you made this guy a yellow suit first, and was he trying to stand out with that? Yeah, not exactly. He did want to make statement with his attire, but eventually did realize
more like the
stealthier
classic
suit
yellow
would work
and
better.
red.
He eventually brought it back to me for repainting, and I made it darker and deeper red. It was still unique armor and sent a message, but
it's
was
always
more
gonna be
capable
unique.
of hiding in shadows and doing stealthier work.
So, did he end up taking down the
Stealthy
Duke or
walk.
what?
Yes and no.
As if
This
I-
Duke has bad habit of getting out of any dire circumstances he finds himself in. He's been
Apologies,
locked
y'all.
away and escaped, almost died, and lived. No matter how
As if,
often he is seemingly
taken to
beaten,
fighting
he
with
always
a
seems
man
to
in a
escape
bat
justice.
suit.
Well, that definitely sounds like a certain gulf.
No, no. You said we was gonna stop talking about it, so stop talking about it.
No go for.
Yeah, alright, that's on me. Now, show us the armors, Vasilia. Yellow and red if you got them.
This is really good, I have to say. It's actually kind of intimidating with the eyes covered, like they said. Oh, now that looks great. Hold on, folks, we got an ad.
Alright.
We're back, and we have this character that I don't know.
Alright, come on though, Silly. I want to hear more about the armors that you actually made from weird, crazy dragons you got flying around in this world. Like you mentioned once that you made an armor from some crazy green dragon that can shift
Oh,
its
the Green
tail into
Lantern
different
suit.
weapons. Then so your armor from it had swords that could do that too. That's the kind of wacky stuff I'm into. What else you got like that?
Nice.
Actually, I made another armor recently from a blend of that very dragon of which you speak,
Really?
the Emerald Orbiting Wyvern, as well as from the hide of the Orbital Marvel Dragon. Was for a young
Ooh,
warrior
a combo
woman who
suit.
wanted armor to incorporate with a magical artifact she carried from her ancestors. Oh man, I wish my ancestors left me magical
I'm
artifacts.
interested.
I mean, my grandpa Ricky left me his busted old Mustang, but it didn't even work or nothing. And it had a dead chimpanzee in the trunk.
What
Why?
the flip did you do with that?
Well, now I'm thinking I should have tried drinking its blood. Might have given me some crazy chimpanzee strength or something.
Don't drink
Those things are nuts, right?
baboon blood.
No, Benjamin. You would have to kill chimpanzee yourself,
Oh,
then drink
chimpanzee,
its
right,
blood.
not baboon.
Enchantment
Don't
does not
don't
work
drink
if
the
someone
chimp
else
blood.
kills
Come on.
creature.
It genuinely concerns me that I can't tell if you two's is joking.
I think even we don't know sometimes. But go on, silly. What did this gal's artifact do? Well, it's the time she brought it to me, it did not really do anything. She needed it to be built into an enchanted armor for its abilities to activate.
Oh.
From studying it, I discovered that with the right spells, I could make it so this
alone
artifact,
it's useless,
this
but it needs
bangle,
a suit.
would allow her to stretch her body to incredible lengths. But she did not want this. She was huge admirer of fabled glowing sky warrior who wore armor made from an orbital marvel dragon. She wanted powers more in line with this warrior. Thought stretchy
Okay.
powers were too silly. I personally disagreed, but customer wants. I
Oh,
hid
this
some
is that,
materials from an
golf-
orbital marvel dragon,
that one
as well
model
as,
here. I don't
as I
remember
said,
it.
elements from an emerald wyvern, and I used
only
both in
remember the stretch
unison to
pals
make
and all.
armor that could be magically powered by the ancestral artifact. Allowed her to make glowing weapons and shields over her forearms. So wait, this artifact of hers could do what exactly? It could make her really stretchy or just do other stuff? Kinda sounds like this thing just did whatever you wanted it to.
Yeah, that does make
Somewhat,
sense.
yes. Think of it like magical battery. It provides excess power to whatever enchantments are merged into the armor it is attached to.
Oh,
alright,
okay.
I get it. So if you attached it to an armor that could magically make pizza, then that armor would be able to make like a really big pizza. I
guess.
do not fully understand the example you provide, but seems as though you grasp the concept somewhat.
So,
Concept is
wait,
still-
was Biscuit
but it's
rich or
confusing.
something? This sounds like one of your more complicated armors from what I've heard from you so far.
No, she did not have much money herself, but her whole family pitched in to pay for the armor.
Oh,
They
that's
claimed
very
their
sweet.
community could use a protector, and for some reason they decided this young woman was the right choice. She was very enthusiastic about becoming warrior, seemed to very much idolize glowing sky warrior in Marvel armor.
Nice.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and guess that you made that armor too, didn't ya?
No.
Hmm.
My father made that armor. And
Oh.
when I told this to the girl, she let out strange, excited screams that hurt my ears. She
yes,
requested
the
I make
high-pitched
armor look
scream.
similar, but I wanted her to be unique, not simply be small version of other warrior. She listened, and so I made her armor that suited her, and gave her
where
all
is
the
that
power she could
artifact
ever
actually
hope for.
incorporated?
Could
Is
easily
it the
protect
chest
whatever
thing?
community she pleased with it. Alright, that does sound pretty cool. Now finish this off with a bang, Vasilia. What's the fourth army you got on the docket today? Fourth? No, I believe we are done for today. I am tired from the battle with the gopher. Could use long rest. Come on,
Yeah,
you
I
always
can
tell
understand
people
that.
about 4 armors, don't you? You cheating out on us with just 3, silly?
You want to talk, Benny. You only ever tell us about 3 of your mech armors at a time.
Champion is correct, Benjamin.
How's
Do
that
not
for you,
be
Benny?
hypocrite. You know I dislike this. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm just enthusiastic about your work is all, silly. If you need a break, you need a break. Just give us one good long look at this kid's armor, huh? Gladly
Alright,
will do so,
fine.
Benjamin.
Well, I have to say, this armor is definitely cool. I solely like it just because of the ability to create shields and
I
weapons.
did really
my
want to
kind of
get
thing.
to a Black Panther armor for this episode as well. Maybe even Shuri as Black Panther, since she may be Black Panther in the new movie. But as I
Nice.
kind of wrote into Vasilia's character in this episode, I was just kind of tired from working on the Gopher episode that comes out on Monday.
Hey, man,
and been
don't
feeling
worry about
lately
it.
like I need a bit of a break sometime soon. I'm probably going to take some time off. I'll only miss like one upload, and I'll let you all know in advance when that's going to happen.
Hey,
but I
that's
hope you
fine.
enjoyed this. Definitely interested
Health
in
comes
making another
first,
if
brother.
people like this enough. And if you're new to the channel and you love Marvel stuff, I've got a whole mountain of Marvel videos. I haven't done
Neat.
as many lately, but I'm definitely happy to get back into it. And I've got a whole playlist of Fantasy Armor episodes, including the one I did earlier this week, famous video game
Yep,
characters
check
as
out that
Fantasy
vid.
Armors. Art-wise, I'd say that's one of the best on the channel. But besides that, that's all for
It
today,
was great
except of
stuff,
course
I
for
gotta
ending this
say.
video on some kind of positive or inspiring note. And the thought
What's
I
your
want to
note?
leave people with today is a quote from a woman named Martha Beck, who I recently heard talking on Jay Shetty's podcast.
Ooh.
And she said that every suffering is the raw material for its opposite. So if you've gone through some kind of intense suffering yourself and
Now that's
gotten
something to
out of it,
remember.
you now know tactics that other people could use to get out of it faster. You can make it so that other people don't have to
One
spend as
suffer
much
so that
time in
all
that
can
pain
learn.
as you might have. It's
I
just
like
another
it.
tactic to look at some kind of negative situation you've gone through as a good thing for yourself or for others. I hope that's inspiring to someone out there. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next episode on Monday, which
Can't wait to
is
see.
finally Gopher with a ray gun. Goodbye.
Alright, folks, and with that, that is where we're going to end off today's video. So, I want you all to remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Down in the description will be a link to the original video, so remember to support the original creator and all they do, and I'll see all of you folks next time. Peace.